Hello and welcome to Nerdz Garage, New Game Monday. I'm Dylan.
I'm Suzzan.
Today we will be talking Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, we're turning up the jazz and we're hunting criminals. We aim to misbehave and we thought we played all the games that were Space Cowboy themed, and Lady Luck was on our side, and Cowboy Bebop came across social media and we're like, yeah.
Need to play this. Yeah. I've always loved the anime.
All right, describe the anime a little bit.
It is a space western with well-written characters and amazing music.
And the characters they're gritty and they have depth, and for the time period, I mean, it was groundbreaking that they had repercussions. Their actions had repercussions. And it holds up to this day, and we know because we are watching it again.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we're talking about Cowboy Bebop, Space Serenade from Japanime Games. And it is a semi-cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. And we don't...
It's not very cooperative here.
At Nerdz Garage?
No.
But that didn't detract for the game, the fact that we're competitive at all. Okay, Kat, get down. Thank you. Well, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay.
Got it. Everyone starts with a deck of 10 cards that are pretty much the same.
Yeah, we started at a common ground.
There is a area for buying new cards, which is the common pool.
Purchase area, yes.
We have the 3 planets where you travel to get your bounties. Mars, Earth, Ganymede. And then you have the Bebop.
And we get to pick a character. We get to be a character from the anime.
One of the 4 main crew members. Faye, Spike, Jet, and Ed.
And who comes along with Ed?
Of course, Ein.
I know. So cute.
Love the little figure that comes with it.
So the point of the game is deck building, and you start with the basics, and there's abilities that within your cards that you can purchase to eliminate the basic cards, or pay money to eliminate the basic cards, so you have
a more refined deck.
Yes. You don't want a big deck. You want a very powerful small deck. On your turn, you get in your personal deck of your hand, you get to play 5 cards.
On these cards is basically everything you can do in a turn. The cards will have how much fuel you can gain, how much attack power you have, and how much investigation power you have, along with any other activate abilities the cards may do. The 2 most important things are attack power and investigation, because those are what you use to get the bounties.
They also give you the ability to team up with another character.
Your cards come in the colors of each of the 4 main characters, but sometimes on the bottom of the card will be a secondary color. So if you play the 2 colors together, they'll activate.
Yeah, utilizing those really gives you a strong hand. And so we can play our cards, purchase a card, and then we can move. You can move to any of the planets from the Bebop.
And once on a planet, you can try and take down a bounty head.
And each criminal, which it really does feel like you're going through an episode of the anime, because it was pretty seamless how they took the story of the anime and put it into the cards for our missions to get the criminals.
Watching an episode during dinners, and afterwards when we played, we'd pretty much immediately run into the criminal from the episode we watched.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so the where we get the criminals is the Big Shot. It is in the game.
The Big Shot bounty board.
It is a 3D
card stand, which holds all your bounties.
Assembly was easy.
Mm-hmm.
And my only thought is that because it's just the heavy cardboard, and if we play this for a long time, I'm hoping someone builds...
Like a 3D print of one that can be painted.
Yeah, I'd like that. All right, so the stand is up, and then you
pull the card out and put them on the correct planet. Once there, they have 2 little counters on the card. One is for how much attack it takes.
Strike.
One is for how much investigation it takes.
Talk.
And then the players can then try and deplete the 2 stacks of tokens. Once one stack is depleted completely, the bounty head is yours. You do not need to deplete both stacks, just one.
And it's clever that whoever's been on the planet talking or fighting this criminal will get renown points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the big thing.
Yes.
They've got badges, and they're called renowns. And the person at the end of the game who accrues the most renown badges wins. So you can transfer your talkies or your strikes from a planet into renowns, even if you didn't capture the criminal.
Even if you don't get the final blow, if you've tried to capture him at all and have any tokens, they can be turned in for renown.
And when you keep him on your player mat, your character mat, you put him face down.
And it's a secret.
Yeah, so nobody knows where you're at.
And then eventually in the game, Vicious will appear.
Yeah, we know he's going to come. And even though we know he's coming, it's still very exciting to see Vicious.
It's basically the big boss fight of this game.
Yeah, it is.
It takes a lot more investigation and a lot more combat to take him out.
Yes, and there's more damage. There's twice the damage.
Every time you hit him, you take twice as much damage.
All right, so if there's a criminal out when Vicious comes out, he stays, and you can still take him down, but no more criminals come out, so we can focus on the boss fight.
And the criminal deck then gets turned into his movement deck. So every time you use attack on him, he will then move to a new planet at the end of his turn.
So this is where you could play cooperative and help each other.
We never do.
Or you could figure out, we've got so many planets, I want to accrue the most Vicious points.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to strike so he moves, so if everybody's together on a planet, they can't keep attacking him, they have to move.
So after Endgame happens, the rules say if he escapes, the game is just over and you just don't get to keep the Vicious points. Our house rule, however, is if he escapes, we lose the game.
All right. It's a house rule because we misread the rule book. Okay.
Yes.
First of all, this game is easy to teach once you go through the rule book.
Yes.
Normally, we go through a rule book and we play and learn. This one you really should read before, go through all the rules to play. We read it as if Vicious escapes, everybody loses.
Mm-hmm.
And which made it way more intense and high stakes, which we loved.
Yes, that made it really fun to try and get Vicious before time ran out.
Because it's Vicious. He should be worth more.
Yes.
Than just not getting points. And I think Vicious points should be worth more. If I had my way. Just saying.
But in the end, I do believe this game is definitely Nerdz approved.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the mechanics of the game is well thought out. It blends beautifully if you've seen the show. And if you didn't, it's just deck building and trying to catch criminals and collect renown. And because the purchasing deck, the common deck, is so
diverse,
there's a lot of viability.
The replay value is insane.
Yes.
You probably won't have the same deck building plan 2 games in a row.
Oh, and we should mention, when you pull a criminal card, some of them have
a reshuffle ability, which would get rid of the common deck.
Yeah. So it's called, what is it called? An appearance effect?
Yes.
And when that new criminal comes out, you reshuffle the purchase deck, which is frustrating and hysterical at the same time because some people want the cards and some don't. I thought that was a very clever addition to the game.
Me too.
We really enjoyed it. We've played it a bunch, and we enthusiastically say, turn up the jazz and play Cowboy Bebop, Space Serenade. And if you want to learn more about the game, go to Japanime Games. And if you want to learn more about us, go to Nerdz Garage. And we are Nerdz Garage, Nerdz Garage. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
See you, Space Cowboy.